Have you ever wondered how the world came to have both thunder in the sky and hope in the hearts of mortals? Let's journey together in the comforting glow of an ancient story to a time when the gods themselves were just learning who they were meant to be. In the beginning, the world was all hush and expectation. A soft darkness wrapped like a blanket around the trembling earth. At the center of that darkness was Kronos, the mighty Titan, whose power was so vast it seemed nothing could ever challenge it. The old stories whisper that Kronos ruled not with kindness, but with suspicion. Fearing a prophecy that one of his own children would one day overthrow him, he swallowed each newborn as soon as they drew breath. Imagine that for a moment. Each little god or goddess, hope in miniature, swept away before they could even glimpse the world. The earth and sky held their breaths, waiting for something to change. But Rhea, his wife, yearned for more than this endless swallowing of her children. She longed for laughter, for sunlight, for the soft trust between a mother and her child. When at last she could bear it no longer, she wrapped a stone in swaddling clothes and gave it to Kronos, who, in his haste and certainty, devoured it without thought. And so her real baby Zeus was spirited away to a quiet cave on the gentle slopes of Mount Ida, hidden from the gaze of his powerful father. There, the infant Zeus was cared for by gentle nymphs and fed on honey and the milk of a magical goat, Amalthea. The sounds of the world outside, the shifting winds, the distant storms became his lullabies. As he grew, so too did his curiosity and his strength. The hush of the cave became a cocoon, a soft place for secrets and possibilities. All around him, the universe hung in a quiet anticipation, as if every leaf and stone was waiting for Zeus to take his first step into destiny. As the years drifted on, Zeus learned of his fate. He discovered that, unlike the stars, fixed and unchanging, the actions of gods and mortals alike could shift the shape of history. He heard the stories of his lost siblings, swallowed by Kronos, trapped in darkness, and something fierce and bright awoke within him. In the safety of his secret world, Zeus began to dream, not just of thrones or victory, but of family laughter, feasts, and the sound of a world set free from fear. One fateful night, as gentle rain drummed softly on the cave roof, Zeus made a promise to the hush. He would not rest until Kronos' darkness had been pierced by hope. Even as dawn broke outside, with soft golden beams creeping through the hidden cave, the world seemed to sense that a change was coming. Gentle but unstoppable, like the slow unfurling of a fern. With courage borrowed from the quiet of his youth, Zeus emerged from hiding. Traveling in disguise, he gathered allies, his wise grandmother Gaia, the sturdy Cyclopes, and the grumbling, many-armed Hecatoncheires. Each one, once cast aside or imprisoned by Kronos in his fear, found comfort in Zeus's warm resolve. Together, they were a gathering of the rejected, united by hope and the promise of a world reborn. The air was filled with quiet excitement, as if Olympus itself was holding its breath. Zeus, wise for his years, visited his father in disguise, carrying with him a special concoction brewed by Metis, the goddess of cleverness. He offered Kronos a drink so rich and beguiling that even the wary Titan softened for just a moment. Kronos swallowed the potion, not knowing it was threaded with the magic to loosen the bonds inside him. A soft rumble began in Kronos' chest, echoing deep and low, and one by one, the swallowed gods and goddesses tumbled out. First Hestia, gentle and glowing, then Demeter, with grains of sunlight twined in her hair. Hera, stern at first, but with laughter dancing in her eyes. Poseidon, all wild sea and storm. And last, brave Hades, eyes dark as the midnight sky. The siblings gathered in a hush of awe and relief, their reunion a moment of gentle joy that glimmered quietly through the cosmos. Yet Kronos, realizing the trick, rose up in a storm of rage. The ground itself trembled, not with the crash of violence, but with the tension of the old patterns breaking. The world seemed to pause, waiting to see if hope could really challenge fear. Zeus, standing with his siblings at his side, spoke calm words that carried through time, promising a new order, one where love, laughter, and the bonds of family could shape the world as deeply as any thunderbolt. The battle that followed is spoken of as the Titanomachy, but in its heart, it was less a clash of monsters and more a letting go of an old slumbering fear. The Cyclopes, their craftsmanship born from years in shadow, gifted Zeus with fierce lightning, bright, brave, and dazzling. With every gentle strike Zeus sent into the sky, Kronos' grip weakened. The Hecatoncheires, with their 100 hands, shielded the younger gods, creating a wall of comfort and strength. But what made the victory possible was not merely the fire and thunder. It was the sense of unity, the way hope drew the exiled together, weaving a tapestry of support. Even the winds, so often wild and untamed, seemed to notice the change, shifting direction to help lift Zeus and his siblings higher. The world watched in quiet wonder as the old fear crumbled and the promise of something kinder, softer, and brighter became real. As the dust of battle settled, Zeus did not stand alone. He reached out his hand, inviting each of his siblings into the new dawn. Together they became the Olympians, gentle guardians of a newly freed world, each promising to honor the lessons of loss, courage, and quiet love they had learned in the long night of waiting. Zeus never forgot the hush that nurtured him. He brought a touch of that warmth to the halls of Olympus, filling them with laughter and feasts and the gentle light of 1,000 little lamps. On quiet nights, when thunder rolls softly across the sky, it is said that Zeus remembers the cave on Mount Ida, the Nymphs' lullabies, and the lesson that true strength grows best in the gentle places between fear and hope. And so, when thunder whispers in the distance and the rain hums against your window, you might remember that every storm carries, at its heart, the hope of a gentle dawn. The story of Zeus's bravery and kindness echoes through time, reminding us that warmth, family, and gentle courage can reshape even the oldest shadows. In our world, as in the myth, hope often begins in the quietest corners, waiting patiently to be welcomed into the light. And now, as the story settles around us like a soft blanket, let yourself rest in the comfort of knowing that after the rain comes sunlight, and after every long night, a new day, bright with possibility.